Where's that agility protect? There it is. You gotta be projected. Projected? Project those virgins. Handbrake on the way in. Look at that rock. Oh my god. Oh man. I'm sure happy that Formula 1 was in no way controversial and that my comment section will be about this video and not a sporting event. I'm so relieved. Hey guys, Jimmy here and welcome back to another video. So inconsequential sporting events aside, the W12 in iRacing has been making a bit of a name for itself. It is pretty much every streamer's and every video maker's new favourite toy, and as such I've seen it go around every circuit and pretty much smash every lap record. And of course I was thinking to myself, oh, I can't wait to take this thing around the North Cypher, give it a go, but I was too slow. Some other shitters got there before me. The first video I saw was by Ermin, second name that I cannot pronounce. So from now on we're going to be calling you Ermin Hamidovic. Hamidovic? Ermin Ham Sandwich. And Mr. Ham Sandwich managed to complete a lap of the North Cypher in 5 minutes 9 seconds, .438. Not too bad, fairly quick I'd say. And I thought, okay, I'll go and beat that, that'll be a fun video. But then the audacity! My good friend Jared, otherwise known as Jardir, also uploads a video of him taking the W12 around the North Cypher. Oh god. And his best lap was quite a bit better. 5 minutes, 1 second, .51. Very nearly dipping into that sub 5 minute range. Now I'm a very short man, and I'm known for one thing on YouTube, which is being bad at the North Cypher. So as a short, angry man, I need to take my title back. I can't have these tall fuckers, listen, taking the one thing away from me. Right. So in today's video, I'm going to school these plebs. I'm going to take my W12 around the North Cypher and beat them both. Hopefully this ages well. Just before we get into the video, if you do enjoy it at any point, I'd appreciate you tapping that like button and subscribing. And also make sure to check out both Ermin and Jardir's channels. They make content that's a lot better than mine and deserve far more subscribers. Both their channels will be in the description below. I'm sure you all know the deal by now. This is the Mercedes W12 that took Lewis Hamilton to his Oh, wait a minute. No, it didn't. I couldn't resist, I'm sorry. But it has roughly 40 billion trillion horsepower, all the downforce in the known universe, and big fat Pirelli tyres which are known for their longevity. I actually made a video about this car before, by the way. If you want some actual specs, then feel free to go check that video out. But TLDR, it is one of the fastest cars in iRacing. I think maybe a bit slower than the IR01? Have to check that out actually. And one of the fastest racing cars of all time. So of course it has to go around the North Cypher. Now in terms of setup and fuel, first of all let's get rid of that feckin' halo. In iRacing you have to do a full outlap before you actually get a chance at smashing a lap around. So it's going to be a bit of a slog getting round and trying to keep these soft tyres alive. But also because this car being low and being all stiff the way it is, if we touch a curb in the wrong way, we get a big slap in the form of either wing damage or floor damage. So that first lap's going to be fairly important. Also important, we take fuel out of the car as well. We can't really use a qualifying setup for this because we'll be a little bit too low on the way around. So I've gone for the race setup and we're going to lower it down a bit from there, take some fuel out, but just enough that we have still enough clearance to corners like the carousel and the second carousel, the worst corner on the circuit. That's how the best people do sound checks, guys, don't at me. Right then, so time for an outlap. Outlap around here is fairly long, but it does give me a bit of a chance to talk about this car and hopefully the time I'm trying to beat. Now remember, it's a 501.5 we're trying to beat from my boy Daddy Jards, and I think a 509.4 from Mr. Ham Sandwich. So I reckon Ermin should be fairly easy to beat. Sorry, mate. But Jared's going to be a bit more tricky. And of course, my ego is so fragile that I need to be the best YouTuber doing this. Otherwise, how am I going to get hard in the evening? It's just not going to work anymore. Now, the big thing around any of these laps and these sort of cars that are hybrid is the deploy. And because of how deploy works in this car, we can only really go between balanced and no deploy or building. The reason for that is the length of this lap is so long that the auto deploy gets a little bit confused, frankly, and we need it really down the long straights, because that's where you make up a lot of time. Out of the corners isn't too bad. This is a slow corner because you actually carry a lot of speed through the corners in this car. So the big places where you gain it really is top speed, which you wouldn't think that to be true, but it kind of is here. Also, you can see we now have the display warm up on, sort of a tyre temp you want to be aiming for by the end of a lap. It's quite difficult because there's a massive old straight down here, so you lose quite a lot of tyre temp actually going down there, and a lot of brake temp as well. It's why the couple of corners going into the start of a new lap round here are so dangerous. You just have no temperature anywhere. Carousel, this is going to be a tough one in the actual qualifying run. You have to really get down the bottom there. Like, it's quite tempting to take like the carousel as it is and just sort of ride on the concrete area, but I find in iRacing especially, dipping a tyre into the bottom bit and letting that hook you around is just significantly quicker. So we're going to try and make sure we do that. I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready for this. There won't be much talking, I don't think. This will be a quiet boy lap. Right, here we go then. Wearing my sim racing slippers, let's see if we can become the YouTuber with the biggest Nordschleifer fingers. That's all it's really about, isn't it? Bit slidey through there. Okay though. Not the ideal line there, but it's okay. Carried the speed. Taking fifth really early there. Can you just over the bump, the wheel spins, you might as well spin it into a higher gear. Now we do the big fucking speed along here. Here we go. I say it's only 190 mile an hour, but you know, in the 919 you go a lot quicker than this. Nearly touching 200 there. Going to build down the hill here. Don't really need it downhill, so we aren't going to use it. Save it for the rest of the lap. Easy flat, I assume. Yep. That curb can suck my dick. It's completely flat for here. It's mad. Look at this. Not even a hint. Got to really slow it down there. It's difficult. You don't want to, but you have to. Oh, that was a bit sketchy there. Just ran on the grass on the entry. That would have cost me a little bit up the hill here. Hybrid can save me though. So many corners that would be a big corner in any other car are just nothing in this car. It's just insane. Me easing the brake there because of the crest, it can fall away and ruin your day. Tough bit now. That's about as good as that's going to get, I think, for me. Now here we go, big testicle time. The camber shit. Nearly flat, bit of a lift. Ah, the camber again, Jimmy, come on. Pushing a bit too hard there. Such a bit of racetrack this, my god. Here we go. Oh, shit off. I hate that corner so much, man. It's just the worst. Ah, I need more speed. Why am I not getting deploy? Deploy! Deploy! 7th gear MVP. Well, first lap, you know, first lap. Just casually putting in that 5-minute dead. I mean, you just love to see it, really. You love to see it when these up-and-coming YouTubers try and challenge an autoside. I'll be honest, I thought I wasn't going to get that then because I messed up the deploy and I made a couple of mistakes, a couple of fairly chunky mistakes. The annoying thing is that was one imperfect corner away from being a sub 5-minute lap. I am debating whether I want to go again. We can't be leaving here with that time when a sub 5-minute is just literally sitting there. That would be criminal. So we had to do it. No. There it is, sub 5-minute, 4:59.6. There is more time in it, definitely, and I think as both of the guys in their videos said, if you just got that MGU in the right place, building in the right place and deploying in the right place, then you're going to have a bit of a quicker time. But it's quite hard to do it because you only have 4 adjustments on the wheel before it gets locked out. So the last thing you want to do is get stuck on like build. You just end up losing a ton of time. But there you go, guys. Sub 5 minutes. Get wrecked, boys. But guys, thank you so much for watching. And again, a massive shout out to both Ermin and to Jardia for, I assume, being good sports. We'll see. But yeah, again, go subscribe to their channels. They both make awesome content and definitely deserve your attention. Probably a bit more than I do. But if you enjoyed this video, tap the like button, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Take care. Have an awesome day. See you all next time.